All right, guys, so I'm gonna give you a quick update on the Monte Carlo I'm working on here. So other than getting this, you see right here, this is a carburetor. I'm gonna get that. I got a new one on the way, a remanned one, because this thing is really gummed up and really need to be rebuilt. Car run fine, but still, I just want to make sure I get all of the gas delivery, fuel delivery, and ignition stuff really where I know that it's at its best before I move on to bigger and much larger things. So with that said, related to that, I'm about to change out the ignition coil, which is this guy right here. And while this ignition coil here is not bad and works just fine, I don't know how well it works. So I'm going to install this aftermarket Delphi unit that I have here. This thing is, let me zoom out here so you can see this little Delphi unit that I have here, and replace that one. So that's it. Let me zoom you back in here. So the first thing I need to do is unplug this thing. Go ahead and hopefully I don't knock this camera over here. I can get this side out. Let's see. Yeah, that is coming up. Looks like it anyway. Hold up. Yeah, that came out. Okay. Let me go take the one from the other side, and then I'll take two. It's a ½ inch, two ½ inch fasteners that's holding it down. Then once I do that, I mean that's essentially it. And well, you take take the ignition coil boot off. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that one off as well. So to turn these a half a turn and pull them off. At least that's what they say for the spark plugs anyway. So I'm gonna put a new one of those up there. 'Cause I am changing the wires. I've only changed one side so far, so I'll get around to that. Let's see here. And I don't want to break my thing. I don't want to break this stuff. Surprisingly, they're not really brittle to be the age that they are. The actual wires, the wires themselves. All right, so now let's go ahead and take this one here off on this side. See, can we get down in here? See if we can get down in there. Ah, yeah. All right. Should be able to run that out. That should, yeah, that's out. And let's do the other side. I'm sort of going to try to do this halfway blind here because I'll try it from the other side. Because I don't have a lot of room on the other side and I really don't want to knock the camera down. So what I'll do, maybe I can do it with one hand. Let's see. Okay, I might can do it with one hand then. Oh, I can, yep. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and lift that unit out. And I'm going to lift it out and inspect it because there's a bracket on it and the new one comes with hardware. So I'm hoping that the bracket here fits on the new unit. So that way, you know, just be sort of a direct put right back in versus having to, you know, kind of make something work. But maybe the old one don't fit too. Let's see. Let's get this guy up out of here. Got him out. Let me get my bolt here for we won't leave that as fastener there. Okay. All right. All right, so I'm gonna bring you guys over here. All right, so we're over here on the bench with this thing here. And this is the old unit. Let's get the new unit and compare it. All right, again, this new unit, this is a Delphi unit here. Delphi usually has a pretty good reputation. I did find the actual AC Delco GM unit, but it was significantly cheaper. So I decided to go with this one here because Delphi got a good, has a really good reputation for aftermarket parts. So it looks like, if you look here, that bracket should come off with these two fasteners here. Well, one on each side. There's a fastener and there's a fastener. That should just come right off. So let me find something that'll fit on this right here so I can take these off. All right, guys, I'm back here. So I had to go find these 7mm here. So let me turn this way. So I'm gonna take one side off. I guess this side here comes out in the back here. So I'm gonna just try to spin it first. It's a nut on these. Okay, I can hold it and just take one side off here. It looks like it's 2 nuts on this thing. That's amazing if that's the case. All right, we'll find out here. Yeah, it's actually 2 nuts on this thing. I wonder if they're the same size. Let's see. That's pretty amazing. They actually had some new, it's not the same size. Okay, that's something. But on this side, it's only 1. So I'm assuming this is, I think what happened was it looked like this car may have had a ignition coil at some point. Probably added to it because it looked like somebody using, sorry I ain't getting this on the camera, but it's kind of hot in here. All right, so now let's take that right there, right off. And that one just comes right off like it should. I got new hardware over here too anyway. I may just end up putting the new hardware in it, but I do want to put this, it sent a new bracket, but I don't think that bracket fits. I don't think that bracket looks nothing like this right here. If you look at this right here, I mean, no, that won't work at all. That's just some other type of bracket, like in case if you need it. But they do send a new hardware. But I'm gonna just use the old hardware anyways. Let me get the next size up. I'm assuming that's an 8 or either a 9 millimeter here. Let me get an 8 and a 9. I'm pretty sure it's just probably 8. That's what it looks like. Let's see. Actually, it's not an 8. Glad I grabbed a 9 so I didn't have to go back, but let's see. Okay, yeah, the 9 pulls it right out. Let me put my little ratchet on that side there. Yep. I may end up putting a new hardware on this. Just because, you know how it is, you want some nice and shiny stuff. Although the bracket ain't gonna be shiny, but still. All right, so now let me put this down here. I just want to put the bracket back in the same orientation that it came off. Came in this orientation here. So on this side, this way, and on the other side, it was this way. Again, very nice adult Lego set, putting cars and stuff together. Not bad. Let's see what size you guys. I think I might end up going with the new ones anyway. Yeah, because they got like little washers and things too, so. I think they look like the same 7 millimeters, so let's do that. Okay, that guy there. It is some kind of hot here in my garage. I am not gonna lie to you. It is, sweat. I mean, I've only been out here for like 10 minutes and sweat is coming off my forehead. So, anyway, the price you pay if you want something done today. I guess that's why auto parts store costs so much. I guess that should be the slogan, the price to pay if you want it done today. Because that's what I'm paying here. I guess that's it. Wait, no, this is 9 millimeter here. That's why that ain't really working. I guess this heat is making me rush it. Yeah, there we go. All right, so now let's put this one through here. So it went just the opposite way on this side. Okay. But honestly, it feels pretty good to sweat a little bit sometime. Just to test yourself, I guess, if you want to say that. That should be tight enough. Okay. Let me put the socket on. I'm just going to give him one little ugger-dugger. Not too much, but just one little one. Just to make sure he's in there tight, because I'm pretty sure they got a torque, but I ain't going to over-torque. I'm just going to give him one little. Hold on, let me turn my socket, my ratchet so I go the other way. Sorry about that, but let's see. Give him one little ugger-dugger. Gotta give him one ugger-dugger now. You know you gotta do that. All right, there we go. Not too tight. So that's it. That's the finished product here. I just put that bracket up there. So really it's just a reverse process. I'm gonna go plug this back in and hook these wires up here. So let me go ahead and set you guys back up over here and do that real quick. All right, guys, I just went ahead and reinstalled it. I don't know if you can tell by my arm and my hand, I am profusely sweating right now. It is super, I just suddenly had like it's hot, but I got my fans on, but it just suddenly, I just started pouring sweat. But anyway, I got it, the ignition coil reinstalled here. Just actually the reverse process is just, you're just gonna connect, obviously, these two. One thing I will tell you, that black wire is gonna be, the one on the left side over there is gonna need to be connected first, because you're gonna have to slip part of the gray one over top of a piece of the black one. So you're gonna put the gray one in second. And then that's essentially it. I mean, because of course, you know, you put the 2 1/2-inch fasteners in to tie it down first. One thing I did do, I put a new wire on it, but that's pretty much it. So anyway, that is the installation of a ignition coil in a 1987 Monte Carlo SS. This is a 305, and hope you guys enjoyed that one. Very quick one, but very easy. But maybe somebody don't know that might help you out. So anyway, please like this video and help me out, because I want to reach as many people as I can, because it's so hard these days to reach out to people and get more views and to make your content more worthwhile, so to make you sort of push you to make more videos. But anyway, take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.